given you some shortcuts. I've given you how to use round arrays, the sum functions, and basic calculations, some average, min, max, which are normal basic things. I've done counts, the count A, count ifs. I've showed you what they are. And I've also done what is called dates, how to split a date and how to concatenate dates using concat functions yesterday. I've also shown you how to use the concat function to split words. Like if you have words in different cells, you can concat them together, which we did here. However, our concat doesn't have a space, and then I showed the space here where we concated together, and then we brought in people who are not here cannot understand what I mean if you don't know concat before. However, you can get the class online. It's going to appear to YouTube, just a private YouTube, just for it, so it can be there without any issues with storage. It's going to be private. I'm not going to make it public. So to just for people for this class. So basic calculation, which I did yesterday, I did year one and year two, and I gave you assignment for year three to year 10. So I expect to see the assignment. I'll send you a link today or tomorrow where you upload the assignments in, and then we can go on. So today we are going to start with the mix. I have like a mix formulas, which I want us to just do like more like a refresh before we go into our lookups function today. So I want to look at the average. So I want to look at average. So, like I thought us today. Okay. Oh, that's true. Dated if. Where was it? Okay. Where is dated if? Where is dated if? Okay, that's it here. So, yeah, for dated if. So, there's a formula for dated if. I forgot to mention it yesterday. I skipped it. So, I think I'm now reminded me. So, dated if is a formula that you will not find in Excel. Let me just open the GPT app. So dated if is a formula you won't find in the Excel because if, for example, if you have your Excel open, you can just type dated if in your Excel. You won't find the formula. So in Excel, there are some formulas that you will not find in Excel. But however, the formulas exist. I honestly don't know why those formulas are not in Excel, but they exist. So those kind of formulas are dated if. So, for example, I'll prove to you what I'm talking about. If I go to dated if, now if I go to a function now and I say equals, let's say date, you can see it's brought up something for me. You can see it's brought up the date for me. Can you see year, month, day? It is a function in Excel. This is a function. If I do what's called X lookup, for example, I can see the lookup array, return array, and all that. It's a function in Excel. But if I do the same with dated if, it will not come up. Can you see it? Nothing has come up. So I have to put my parentheses myself. So the formula in Excel exists, but I don't know, for some reason Excel decided to hide that formula. We have a couple of formulas like that, not just dated if, quite a few number of formulas like that. Sorry, I've not started recording the class. Sorry, let me record the class. So I'm going to start recording the class. Start recording.
Recording is on.
All right, so I'll start recording. So I have to just go back. So for some reason, some formulas are not in Excel, like dated if it's not in Excel. So just like a quick recap, in case anyone's picking up this video, X lookup, for example, you can see it is a function in Excel. If I go to VLOOKUP, you can see the VLOOKUP is a function in Excel. However, the function dated if does not exist in Excel as a function. However, it exists, but it's an underground function. Even to be fair, if I create a function myself, my function would exist. For example, I have a function called date, which I've created. The function exists in Excel. So for some reason, I don't know if I even have a function called table. You can see table one, table four. Those functions exist. I created those functions, but however, dated if does not exist in Excel as a function that you can see, but the function exists, but it's not just open. So how do you use the formula? The formula is called dated if. That is the formula. So I'll tell you what the formula does before I even use the formula at all. So what the formula basically does is that the formula gives you what is called, it is used to search something. For example, if I have here, can someone mute themselves, please? Oh, I have to mute you. Okay, thank you for meeting yourself. So if I have a a formula. Let's say, for example, now I have a set of data, and these data are so many. I use data diff a lot in my office every day. In fact, if not every day, like once in 2 days, I must use data diff because it's a very good function that you need to use. So you need to learn, you need to listen to this very well, please. For example, now as an auditor, we audit for the year ended 2024, for example, because most times it's 2024 December, or if it's March year end. So now I'm doing debtors audits. I'm trying to audit debtors. It works more for data. I'm going to show you example. Don't worry. I'm going to show you more example even as we go on for data if. So as I'm auditing debtors, I want to be sure. Okay, I'm checking recoverability to know that these debtors that I have here, I have debtors for. Don't worry. Let me not go to that example now because I have an example which I've put down for you. It's in my class for next week already. So I'll explain that when I get to next week class, but let me just give you a little understanding of latent if. So 2024 now is the year of my audits. Then 2021 is the year, 2021 is the year we sold to a client. In the first 3 months, let's say by our policy might say the first 30 days or 60 days, the goods, when they've not paid us back, it means that there are no issues. But when it gets to 90 days, it's getting to substantive. Then it gets like maybe 180 days and it's going to become bad debt. So which means you need to write provisions. So as an auditor, I'll be checking that, okay, if you are providing for this, have you provided for these bad debts in your book? How do I know if you've done it? Some companies have debtors list of up to 1,000 page. Some companies have debtors of up to about 5,000 debtors list because if it's a big company that produces vehicle or that produces that are into maybe retail sales, they will have lots of data. For example, property companies that are into letting, that have letting, that they let for council, local council authorities, all of that. They usually have, or the CIC companies, the CICs, yes, usually have where they have agreement with local council to pay for people on benefits. So those people, they usually have loads of lease because they are paying for people on benefits, like government pay for their house rent every month. Those people have like loads of people that they got their list of occupants that they need to collect money from every month. So with that, I cannot go and be searching one by one to say, oh, this is June. Okay, calculate. No. So in that case, data if does the work for me. So for example, let's use an example. If 2021 is this, so let me just say how the formula works first. In data diff, you have to start the date. The date you're starting with has to be a smaller date. So it has to be like, for example, 20, if you have 2020, I'm looking for a shorter stuff. Let me come here. If you have 2021 as a year and you have 2022 in another year, and you cannot then do equals dated if. You can't say dated if 2022, comma, 2021, and then specify the months. I don't I'm going to teach you everything, don't worry. And then it's going to give you error. Why has it given me error? Because you don't start dated if with a year that is higher than the year before it. What I've said is that for you to use dated if you are using 2020, if you are checking within 2 dates range, okay, let me go back and start. Let me make you understand. Let me just make you understand. Dated if shows you 2 date ranges within um 2 years or 2 months or 2 days. For example, I could say dated if 2021 and 2022. I could say dated if 2023, 2024, or I could say dated if April and May. I could say dated if 21st and 22nd. So it checks like dates for you and counts it for 2 ranges. So I'm going to give you an example of what I've just said now. I'm just looking for how to say it in a way that's going to be very, very easy. So now let's assume that I'm trying to count. Okay, I have dates here, which is good. I'll say equals dated if. Like I said, don't forget, dated if is not a function you can see in Excel. It's an hidden function in Excel. For some reason, I don't know why Excel hid that function. Nobody knows about the function. But a few people know about the function and they use the function. Not just the if function, we have more functions that are hidden in Excel that you cannot find. But if you are Excel users, you would know that the function exists. So now let's assume I'm looking at the difference between these 2 days, 22nd and 29th. I want to know how many days apart within those 2 days. So I'm going to use dated if to do that. So, but if I'm using dated if to do it, I cannot start with 29th and then say comma 22nd. It will not work that way. Also, I want to point your attention to something on dated if. You look at dated if, all other formulas in Excel, for example, if I say X lookup, XLOOKUP will show you lookup value, lookup array. It will tell you what to enter. You know, you have an idea what to enter. But however, if you go to dated if, it has nothing like that. If you see dated if has nothing like that, you can see nothing like start with this date, end with this date. So it doesn't tell you anything, which means except for some reason does not want you to use dated if. I don't know why. Maybe because they're trying to hide the information. I don't know why they're hiding it, but it's a very good function in Excel you need to know how to use. So if I want to know the difference between these 2 days of 22nd and 29, I want to know how many days apart. I'll click on the smaller date first. So don't forget, dated if you start from the smaller date before the bigger date. Let me just write it down. Start with, for dated if, you start with the smaller date before the current or higher date. When I say higher date, I mean, for example, e.g., 2021 before 2022. So I hope that will be very clear. I don't know if you followed me so far to that point. Just let me know. I want to be sure you're following me. Do you understand to this point?
Yes, sir. Yes,
okay.
Sir.
All right. So that's it. So now I'm going to go to the formula now, dated if. So now I'm using dated if formula now. So don't forget the smaller date is, so I'm trying to check the days now. I have 22nd and 29. So I want to know the difference between these two dates. I'll just say this date, comma, and 29, this date. Then you have to now put comma. Then you have to now tell dated if what units are you checking? Am I checking a month? Am I checking because Excel doesn't know if this thing is day or is month or year? So I have to tell Excel using what a. Don't forget I taught you yesterday. When you're putting a strange word in Excel, you have to use apostrophe. What was it called? Question mark. Yes, you have this question mark to demarcate what you are putting. So what I'm putting in here is that I'm telling this Excel that this is a day, is not a month, so that Excel knows this is in days. So I'm going to put D here, and I'm going to then put question mark. I could put small letter D, it doesn't matter. I could put D and put the question mark and close it. So after the Excel that D means day, give me back in day, then hit enter. It tells me that there's 7 days difference. Can you see it? Within them. So if, for example, it's a month, so in dated if again, let me just give something. I have something that I wrote down here. Let me just send this to you. Let me just add this to the chat. You can just add this on the chat.
Excuse me, sir.
Yeah,
I
go
don't know
on.
whether I'm the only one. The what you interpreted on the sheet, I'm not seeing it clearly. I don't know whether I'm the only one. I don't know.
Okay. Can you
I
all
don't
see
know.
my screen clearly? Because I can see what I'm sharing clearly.
Yeah, I can see it, but when you are putting the formula, you're typing. We are not. I'm not seeing it. I don't know whether I'm the only ones.
Okay. Let's see. Hold on. Because no, I can see it. I'm seeing my screen. I can see what I'm putting is clear. Does anybody have the same challenge? Does anyone have the same challenge? Can you see my screen clearly? Please let me know.
No, the screen is clear, but when you are typing those formulas, the interpretation of the formulas are not feasible because it's far. I don't know about that.
Okay. For example, if I use XLOOKUP, can you see the formula interpretation? Can you see it? Oh, I see what you're saying. You can't see that XLOOKUP is giving you like lookup value, lookup array. Is that what you mean? Is that what you mean? Okay, I have to bold it. Okay, right, that's fine. Okay,
Let's also hear from others if they are facing the same thing, or I'm the only one.
let me bold it. Can you see my screen?
Are you using laptop or your phone?
That's another thing. Are you using phone or laptop?
So
Are you using phone or laptop?
I'm using my phone. Maybe probably I will change to my laptop and see.
That's why you couldn't see it.
Okay, let me go ahead. Let me change to my laptop.
Yes. All right. So thank you very much, sir. So then like I said, dated if. So the formula helps you to just check what I'm on Concat, sorry. so 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 the formula helps you to, sorry, 1 minute, please. I need to So the formula helps you to check date range. So if it is good for to check debtors, I use it for debtors most time when I'm checking aging debtors. So in your company, for example, you're trying to check people who are owing you. You want to know how long they've owed you. I'll show you all of that. Don't worry. I'm just showing you the example of dated if how it works, just to have an idea of it. Don't worry. When I come to it, I have a proper example with real life example debtors listing that I'm going to show you, and I'll show you the example how it works. So in data, if we have these certain things, which is called, I've sent you the chart. You see, D is called difference in days. I don't know if you can see the chart. If you give me a thumbs up. It's in your charts on the group chats. So D is called days in difference in days. And while M is like you want to know like the difference in months. Then while year is the difference in years. So for example, I'm just going to zoom this out a bit so I can show you what I'm doing. So for example, I've done this for day. If I try to clean this off, and then I could do for months. So for example, can you?
Okay, yeah, sorry, I just switched to my.
Yeah, all right. So now, so if you look at what I'm doing now, so if you look at this side, you can see I have the date. The date is what 22nd of January 2021 is the date, right? Which I have. Let's say that's the date of my debtors listing. So the good thing about data diff is that data diff understands months automatically, it understands year automatically, and it understands days automatically. You don't need to tell him, oh, this is 01 is month, 04 is month, 22nd is date. No, it understands by itself. So I'm going to write the formula now to show you what I mean. So I've done dated if, and I'm clicking on 22nd of January 2021, comma, that is a smaller date, don't forget. And I'm clicking on the what? Another date. Let's say, I'm just trying to make it a complete date so it doesn't give any syntax error. So let's say I've said 31st of December 2024, for example. So now I want to check the difference within those. So I'm going to just close this, open this bracket and say, click on this, which is the smaller dates. I'm comparing to the bigger dates. That's the best way I can explain it. Smaller dates to bigger dates. I hope that makes sense. So to 2024. So now I'm telling data that give me these dates, either in months. I could want to see in months, the difference in months. So you can see the movement is just from, the month is from January 2021 to Feb to December 2024. That's like 1 year, 2021, 2022, 2023, 2024. If I say in months, then you have to count, that's like 4 years. Then you have to count 60 times and 12 times 4. That's 24, 48. That's like 48 months it should be giving me. If I put in quotation mark M, which means M means months, and I close it, that should be giving me about 47, 48 months. So it won't give me 48 months because it doesn't count the first month. So if you are now doing your own analysis, what we always do is this. We always do what's called plus 1 to get, sorry, 1 minute. We always do what's called plus 1 to get what we exactly want. Oh, that's giving me a format of dates. Because it if, oh, sorry, 1 plus, it should be bracket open, then bracket close. Yes, that's fine. I'll format it into general. So it's formatted in dates, that's why. So what happened there was that my Excel was formatting in dates automatically. My Excel, this line is formatting in dates based on my format. If you were in class yesterday, I showed us how to check this thing I'm talking about. I've showed you how to see the general and every of those things, how to use those general and all of this function. I've showed us yesterday, so I don't want to go back to it today. So it's formatting this, I've changed it back. So you can see that this is like 48 months, because don't forget, dated if would not show you the first month you're counting, which is January. It will skip it. It will assume January is already there. So to just say February, March, April, May, like that. Then so 2021 to 2024 is 4 years, which is 48 months. So because I said I want it in months, it's giving me 48 months. Similarly, it keeps formatting in dates. Nice. I'll change it to general to be in months. So, sorry. So that's it. So basically, if I want to do the same thing, if I want to change it to say, let's say I want it to give me in years. So don't forget, we have how many years there? We have 2021 there. So we have 2022, 23, 24. So if I say give me yes, I'm just going to change this M to Y. Then it gives me back in years. It didn't even understand that I want it to give me in years. So I click on this, it gives me in years. For some reason, my Excel is formatting in to dates. Maybe because that is in a table. I keep changing this to general. So you can see it's giving me 4 years. So like I said, don't forget, dated if would not give you the first year. It always keeps it. So you have to put 1 plus whatever you're doing in dated if to get the exact correct month. If I hadn't done this, it was going to give me 3 years. So because I had done 1 plus, then also what I did again, I don't want to talk about that for now. What I did again, if you notice, I put a new bracket here to cover my dated if. So if you look at it here, because if I wrote dated if as a function in Excel, I needed to put because if I'm doing 1 plus in the beginning, Excel will be thinking that that 1 plus is part of the formula because I've done equals at the beginning. Equal sign believes that after equal sign, you have to go with a formula in Excel. So Excel thinks that that is a formula I'm writing. So for me to tell Excel that Excel, this is not a formula, you use a bracket to enclose it off. So I'm closing it off saying, Excel, that's not a formula. It's not part of this formula. So do something different. So I've used brackets open and I have to close that bracket. Anytime you write an Excel formula, an Excel formula is ending with a colored bracket. It's not that you need to add one more bracket to close off that colored. The bracket that ends the Excel formula must not be in colored. It must be black. Once it is black, then that Excel formula is completely done. Can you see now? I've put that in and I hit enter, and that gives me 4. Sorry, let me just deal with this at once. Let me clear format. I've cleared the format. It will not happen again. So that's another thing you can do. If you're having a problem with your formula, just go and clear format. It's coming back. I think it's saying this as a date. It's saying the formula as it's saying that place as a date. That's why. Control C, Control V. It's saying that's a date. That's why. So it's saying that's a date. That's why, because I've cleared formats and it shouldn't still be there. So 1 minute. Okay, let me leave this for now. I'm jumping beyond the gun. Let me leave this for now and let's move on. I'll show you what I'll show you later. So what I was going to do there before, I was going to use a function called trim and clean to stop it from happening from doing that, but I won't do that. If I do that, I'll be showing you what I shouldn't be showing you for now. I'm going to show you that in the class today. So let's leave that for today, the rest of the class. If I use trim and clean, that would not happen again. I'll clean that place totally. So I'll show you that later in data cleansing. So that's dated if anyway. I don't know if you got what I've just taught in dated if, or you want me to explain further. So if I change this to also to day, to D, D means day, it's going to return the number of days in 4 years for me. It's going to return the number of days in 4 years for me. So we have 1,440 days difference. I don't know if you got what I've talked about or you need to explain further. I don't know if you understand. If you understand, give me a thumbs up or you want me to explain further. I'm willing to explain further. Please, if you respond quickly, it helps us, please. I need to move fast.
Okay, sir. Now, this 1,400 days, what does it interpret? Does it mean that you take 100?
What it means is that in 4 years,
Okay.
in 4 years, we have 365 days times 4. 1,460. But don't forget that the days will be different. Some days will be 365, some will be 360. Do you get? So that's why we have 1,440. And again, Excel would have probably taken off public holidays from United Kingdom because I'm in the United Kingdom. So we probably have like some public holidays in between, maybe like 8 public holidays in the year. Do you get? Okay, someone wants to say something. Maybe we have like about 8 or 10 public holidays in the year in the UK. Then minus some other maybe some years 360 and all of that. That's how it works. Amna, you're going to say something.
So, sir, no, I'm not finished. My question is now this 1,400 days.
Yes.
What does it mean? Does it mean that this person, this customer, is owing the company? He has not paid his debt for over 100.
Exactly.
That's the interpretation I want to.
What it means is that this person has taken we've sold goods to this person for the past 1,440 days. But if I'm putting it in months, it will then be for the past 4 years. Do you get?
Yeah, and this person has not made any payment.
Exactly.
Okay.
That's how you know it's for the past 48 months, or if it's years, 4 years. So the action talk about indebted if is that I put on the chart, I put YM. YM means that months ignoring years. So if I put year, for example, if I say, let me take this today from that formula. I don't want to start teaching you a function that I don't want you to do a function that I've not taught you yet. I don't want to jump you. I would have cleared that with a function. So I'll solve the problem. So if I just come here and say equals dated if again, and then I said 2020, let me say I should use 2021, then comma 2024, then I then put what? I then put ym there, sorry, quotation mark. I then put ym and close it. I hit enter. That's giving me 11. That's giving me 11 months. Don't forget, I said you have to put that. You have to put 1 plus. From in 1 month. I'm writing the full formula. Oh, is that 1 plus that's making this thing, that's making this formula to misbehave? Okay, nice. Is that 1 plus making this formula misbehave? Plus 1. So is that 1 plus that I put that's making the formula misbehave? You can see Excel. Excel is just something else. So now if you look at from 2020, 2021 to 2024 to 2024, can you tell me what this 12 means without YM I put? Who can tell me? If anybody can get me, I'll give this person a voucher. I know some of my organs are more than the voucher, but I'm just trying to encourage the class. I know everybody in this class is more than the voucher, but please, it's just to encourage the class.
So what did you say?
Who can tell me what that YM has given me here with respect to 12? I got 12. Yeah.
Months ignoring years.
Yeah, so what does months ignoring year? What does it mean?
It's the number of months, the difference in the number of months in the 2 dates that you've highlighted here.
Thank you very much. That's very smart. So what I've done is I've said that, see, if I know you're going to count 4 years for me, don't count 4 years for me. Just give me the months. So if you look at this date is January, right? This is December. So it's giving me January to December is 12 months, irrespective of the number of years. Normally, if I had done only months, it would have given me 48 months. Do you get? But I want you to give me only the months in between, which is January to December, is what I've told Excel to give me. If I change these dates, this month now to, let's say, March, that will give me like 9 months or 10 months. March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, December. That's 12 months. That's 10 months. You can see that's correct. If I change this to, let's say February, that gives me 11 months. Can you see it? Months ignoring years. So the same thing, I could say give me days. Days ignoring what? Days ignoring, I could say give me days ignoring years, right? So if I say days ignoring years, what will I write? What will I write here?
Days is YD. YD.
Exactly. So if I put YD, that gives me, sorry.
Equals.
Oh, sorry. No, sorry.
Equals dated if.
So that's 344 days it's giving me. Do you understand now? It's giving me only the number of days in that year. I don't know if that's clear for everybody, so I can move on.
Yeah.
I mean, is that clear? Sandra, is that clear? Sandra, are you okay? Please just give me a response quickly. Okay, thank you very much. So I can quickly move on. Thank you. All right, so I'm moving to the next thing. I need to go to VLOOKUP today. So now the next thing is looking at, sorry, the next thing is looking at mixed numbers. So if you remember yesterday, we did talk about average and all of that. So I'm just going to move on because we've done it yesterday. So I'm just going to show us. I'm just trying to do like a recap of some of the things we did yesterday. So I want to get the average of these quantities, because now we have orders. Our customers have ordered staplers from us. These are our customer staples, WH Smith, Art, Brush, Stroke. These are our customers' name. This is the order number they've ordered. I want to know what is the average quantity of the order they've ordered in all of them. I want to know what the average is so I can just have an idea of my average quantities I usually get from my clients. So I want to get the average quantity. All I have to do is called equals average. There's a formula called average in Excel, which I thought was yesterday. Average, you press your tab, or if you don't want to use your tab, you just click on average, double click on it. You can see it says number, comma. So I can put many averages as I want, but I'm just going to use one average. So all you need to do is come here, click on this, highlight this. I taught this yesterday in the class, so I'm not going to go too much on it. Then close the brackets and hit enter. So our average quantity is 35,461 from all of this order. So that gives you an idea of saying, oh, okay, so my customers usually order an average of 35,461 products from me. So which means that's a kind of a good average sales. So what average does, I explained to you yesterday that what the formula does is basically this. The formula does sum. It sums all of these things up and then close your bracket sum, which is like a sum. The sum of it is 496,450 quantity of product. Then the formula then does divided by what? Divided by the count of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. I could have just put 14 here. However, in real life, I don't want to start counting that way. That's a very slow way. Who can tell me what I taught you yesterday? Give me the formula to finish it up. Mr. Moife, can you unmute yourself and give me the formula as I taught yesterday to finish this up? Tybel, can you give me the formula to finish this up, please? Hello? Can anyone help? Can anyone help with the formula to finish this up, please? Amina, can you help, please?
Okay, so now which one will be the next one? Should be the number of orders.
No, I gave a formula yesterday. Sandra, can you help us? I gave you guys, I taught them yesterday how to do this already yesterday. So I want to know if they are following me. And Sandra, can you give me the formula to finish this up, please?
I don't get what
I did this yesterday. I did exactly this yesterday.
Is it average you're asking for, please?
Yes,
Sorry.
average, yes. But I don't want to use average formula. Don't forget, I thought yesterday that if you could use for average, you can use average formula to do it, which is average formula, right? Or you can use exactly. That's it. I taught you yesterday. This is it yesterday. If I go to count, see, I did it yesterday. Where is it?
Count the number of quantities.
Where's average? Sorry, under average. I did it yesterday. This is average. Can you see? This is the formula I gave you yesterday. I did it yesterday. So it means we've not checked our book yesterday, or I don't know, maybe we don't understand it. And I took so long time yesterday doing this. Okay. So it's to go in average. So you then have to do this sum then divided by count. So when you do a count, then you want to count this, because instead of you doing 1, 2, 3, 4, I just want to put my cursor there and do Control Shift arrow down. Automatically it's giving me all the cells which I've summed up, and I close my bracket. It's counted that for me, because don't forget, as I said, the count function is just basically counting how many are in this cell, which is 14. So rather than me doing counting 1, 2, 3, 4, is just being smart using that formula. So basically, this formula is a longer version of the average formula. The average formula is shorter. You can see average gives the same answer. But if you like to do long work, you like to show that you know it very well, you can use average, but I don't think you need to do that. You can use sum and then divided by count, but I don't think you need to do that. Just use the average formula, basically. So the next one is the number of orders. So for the number of orders, so who can tell me what to do? Mr. Omoife, can you tell me what to do for the number of orders? I did this yesterday. So the order is in B. So I want to know the total number. I want to know the number of orders, not the total number of orders, just the number of orders I have. What's the formula for it?
Mr. Use count, the count formula.
Yeah, that's correct. I'm going to do count all of this, right, to know the number of order. So which means I have 14 order, right? So I can try to bring it down to step. I'm going to show you some very crazy formulas soon, that when you see the formula, you'll be doing all this. These are childish play. I'll give you a formula that will be automatically working for you. Don't worry, I'll give you as long as we go on. I won't just take it gradually with you. So then minimum sales. Sandra, please, minimum sales. We did it yesterday.
Equals minimum, equals mean.
Yeah, but I didn't ask you, Mr. Moife.
Okay, Sandra.
So minimum
Okay,
sales.
sorry.
And then I highlight this, right? And then equals this, then that's the minimum sale. The minimum sale is about 3,000. So don't forget, this is showing me dollars, right? I can wrap this up in a formula called dollar. So it will give me automatically, to give me pounds. Can you say give me pounds? Don't forget, I told you yesterday that if you wrap it in any country you are, to give it the currency of your country. So maybe I don't know if it gives it naira, I don't know. But I don't know if it will give you naira if you put it in dollars. But any country you are, if you put equals dollars, it will give you Australia dollar, Swiss franc, any country you have to give it the currency of the country. So because I'm in the UK, it's giving me pounds. That's it. So for maximum, it just equals max, right? The maximum sales max. Then it's enter. That's the maximum sales. If I want to give me my currency also, I just have to put called dollar. That's the formula called dollar. Dollar gives you the currency, like I said yesterday. So the maximum sale here is 9.4. If you look at it, this is 9.4, the maximum sales. Every other sales here are lower than 9.4. 3.133 is the lowest. Can you see this is the lowest? Every other sales are higher than that. So total sales, Sandra, please, can you give me total sales, please?
Total sales, you use the sum function.
What if I don't want to use the sum function? I thought it yesterday. I don't want to use the sum function. Let's go back to begin introduction. Do you remember this? What I did here yesterday?
Yes, sub total.
Do you know what I did? This is what I did yesterday. Can you see it? You remember that? Alt plus.
Yes, using the alt key.
Yes, alt key. That will give you exactly what
equals
you want.
to alt.
Alt plus. No, not equals to alt, just alt plus. For example, if I come here and do alt plus, it gives me the, can you see 308? Exactly what I have there. Can you see? It summed everything up for me. So that's what that function does. It sums for you. So if I go back here, and I just put, for example, alt plus, can you see 95K? It gave me the same thing. If I do equal sum, that's just a shorter way of doing it anyway than you spending time doing longer things. Can you see? I got the same figure, 95, 95. Can you see it? So that's a shorter way of doing it. So can anyone, give me some if I'm giving you this. I know this is sum if I want to do sum if for 1534 products. This product, I want to sum if it to find it. To know how many. Can you give me the function, the formula? Are you there? I think hello. Can anyone help? Can anyone help? Or I'll just go on. I thought all this yesterday. Okay. So if I'm doing the sum if, don't forget the sum if says the range. The first criteria is the range. What is the range I'm trying to sum if? So I'm trying to look for the range. The range is, I'm looking for 1534, right? Sum if 1534. I want to know the sum of 1534 order. So what I'm saying is that there's the order that the customer ordered. The order number is 1534. So how do I find that order, and how do I know how many orders the customer have made? Because the customer might have made, for example, I might have like 100 1534 orders. You can see this is 1534. Yeah. And this is another 1534. Let me just highlight them in color so you understand what I'm talking about. So I might even have another 1534 here again, for example. Can you see? So I'm just gonna do paste. I'm gonna do paste, what they call it. I'm gonna do format painting to carry. I'm gonna pick from here and then drop it here. That's format painting. I've copied the color. Shortcut to do that easily is to do what's called shortcut function for format painting. Function is called alt plus h plus fp together. So if I do alt h fp, it's going to format paint automatically. So all I need to do is come here, alt h fp. I've copied it. I'm just going to drop it here. Can you see it? Rather than me going to look for format painter here, I just quickly use my function and I've done it. So Now I'm trying to sum all the items of 1534. Rather than me saying, looking at it in the office and say, one, two, or three, I'm going to sleep on this if I have 1,000 to check. So there's a function in Excel called sum if, which I taught you yesterday under this, did I teach you yesterday? Have I taught you sum if? I'm not sure I did. I haven't, so I'm sorry. Okay. There's a function in Excel called sum if. So the sum if function is used to sum an item using a condition. Anytime you hear the word if in Excel, if is a conditional word in Excel. I'm going to go to if, so you have to be prepared. If will make your head go gaga if I go to if. If statement is you have to be logical to do if. You need to be logical. If is a conditional statement, like an if statement is a conditional. So I'm using a sum and a conditional statement. So sum if is the same as sum if is the same as sum plus if statement. That's what that formula is all about. So now, if I do equals sum if, don't forget the first thing is saying the range. What is the range? The range of my condition is what is my first thing. So I'm saying I want to know how many orders that 1534 customer ordered. So I'm going to highlight the range where the order number is. So I can try to highlight like this, or if I don't want to do that, I can try to highlight like this. Just highlight the part I need alone. It's safer to lock it in F4 in what's called absolute reference. I'm going to teach you that in the next tab. So just ignore it now. I've absolute referenced it. I'll teach you in the next tab. Don't worry. So when you absolute reference that, then you now do comma. It's not saying what's the next thing. It's saying the criteria. So what is the criteria? The criteria is the 1534 that I'm looking for. I can either comment to click 1534, or I can click 1534 here, as long as it's 1534 I've clicked, or I can click 1534 here. Or I can even decide to even do in quotation mark, don't forget 1534 I taught you yesterday, right? Anything you are bringing to Excel that is strange, that is not used, that's not the normal thing you are bringing to Excel, you can decide to do it like this. I decide to do it this way. In quotation mark 1534, then that is my criteria. Then put comma. Then what is the sum? What is the range I want to sum? So now I've said that in Excel, in this range of orders, that's my range first. In this range of order, I want you to give me the criteria, which is 1534. In this 1534, look for every figure that relates to 1534. So which is my sum. I'm not coming here and then highlight all the sum, all the total figures of the sales. Don't forget, I've sold an order of 3211, 2955 for 5,419, 7,304, 1534, 7,000. I have so many orders. But however, I think I might have duplicated one order twice. I think I suspect 1534 has been ordered more than once, or I've supplied it more than once. I want to trace it. The way to trace it is using sum if function. So you go and look for that 1534, sum the figure. If you sum it up, you now know, oh, I sold to the client for 7,492. However, what I have in my book is, I'm going to close this now to get the total, is 23,647, which means there's an error somewhere, which means there's a duplicate order. Do you get what I'm saying now? Then how do you get duplicate order? All you do is just come here, highlight this cell, click on your home tab, go to what's called conditional formatting. And when you do that, you then click on, you go to color, you go to highlight cells, highlight cell rules, then click on duplicate values. If you click on that, every item you duplicate would highlight itself in colors. Can you see? Can you see that now? Every items that are duplicates came in color. If I change this 4534 to 3004, the 2304 will become duplicates because they are duplicated values. Can you see now? They are duplicate value. If I change this to 1537, that figure changes, no more duplicate color. If I take away that 1534 to something else, let's say 1544, no more duplicate there. Can you see it? Is that clear? So that duplicate is just for you to know what is duplicate. So you can see the way we traced our double sales, because I'm assuming, what if we have a large transaction that runs into thousands of Excel sheets, like 100,000 or something like that in Excel sheets? You can't trace them one by one. So your company will be losing funds because you are supplying a product to a customer more than once, and the MD cannot know, and the accountant, as an accountant, you need to know how to do all of this. So that's why we need to check these duplicates to see that they're actually get them from the formula. So you can say I've used formula to check this and I use duplicate. Another way you can also know is unique, but I won't teach you unique because unique will not work for a large data set. If you use unique formula would only mess you up. Only if it's for small data. For example, I say the word unique, there's a formula called unique. It checks for unique items, but it doesn't give you exactly what you want. So there's no need to use the formula unique. It doesn't work here. So what can work is that duplicates that will work. You can see now, total sales made to total order of 1534 is what? Is 23,647. So I can decide not to use this, like I said, I can decide not to do this. I can decide to use click on the cell itself to still give me the same thing. Can you see it? Because I'm referencing that number. I don't know if you are clear to this point, so I can move forward, or if I'm too fast, let me know so I can come down. I can come back. Are you clear, or you need to go back and recap? Are you clear, please? Or do you want me to recap?
So I missed out the duplicate. How you got that duplicate function?
Okay, did every other person get ID the duplicate function? You know, people get ID duplicate function. Can you respond, please? Respond quick so I can move on, please. I need to move fast. I've spent 1 hour. I've not even entered what I want to do today. Okay, we will replay. Fine. Let me go back and show you duplicates. I like the cell. Go to home. Go to conditional formatting. Under conditional formatting, click on it and click on highlight cell rules. So you can do different things there. You have greater than. You can try to check any number greater than so number. I can say any number greater than 1534 should be highlighted. Do you get? Any number greater than it should be highlighted red. You can see. Can you see it there? I can say highlight. I can change any conditional formatting. Sorry, 1 minute, please. Hold on, please. So, sorry, I just had a little break there. So that's I had a little break. My son was knocking on the door. So I can start to come here. I like to say I can use less than or numbers in between so numbers. So what I wanted to get here was a duplicate value. I wanted to know if any number here duplicates each other. So I've clicked on duplicates and I hit yes, give me red. I can start to change to not give me red, give me green. Do you get? Give me yellow. Give me green. Can you see the numbers come up in green? Can you see it? So that's the duplicate thing I've done.
So your table is not showing fully. That's where you are clicking the conditional and formatting and all those things. It's not showing on the screen.
Really?
Yeah. I don't know why it's from my side. What does you can confirm?
Okay, I think that's true. I think for some reason, okay, let me reshare my screen. Oh, that's true. Let me share my screen. I have to share my screen. I have to share my entire window, entire screen. Oh, I see. Oh, that's what's happening. Can you see my Excel now? Can you see my Excel now? Can you see it? I didn't know, sorry. Can you see it? Can you see it?
Yes, I can see it now. I think it's better.
Okay,
yeah.
All right. So duplicate, can you see it?
Yeah.
How come no one is talking since? And I've just been doing it and no one said anything. So, all right. So that's exactly duplicates. So I'm just going to go on now. Right. So I'm going to go to absolute referencing. So now we have employee name, we have department, and we have years, and we have salary. This information has been given to us. However, we want to know the bonus. The bonus is given to us also 2% bonus increase, salary increase. So for the 2% bonus salary increase, we want to know the new salary, we want to know the bonus, and I want to give you a shortcut, an extra shortcut. So now there's what we call absolute referencing, whereby if I want to move, let's say if I do, okay, let me just go ahead and do it. So what would I calculate the bonus? I'll say equals what? Equals this, right? Multiplied by what? By this, right? To get the bonus. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
I hit enter. That gives me 697.56. That's the bonus. However, if I roll this down to next tab, I'm getting 0. Why is this? You can see what's happening when I check the formula. The formula has gone down to next place. Can you see? The formula is no longer up in 2. Which means I have to keep dragging this formula back to 2. So, and if I go down again to the next tab again, the formula shows me as it's gone down again. You know, I have to keep dragging the formula. So at this point, you have to do what's called absolute referencing. So you have to reference. So we have different types of referencing. You can reference in a way that now I've clicked on this, so I have to lock this in a $sign. So the way to do it is to type what in your Excel, type function plus F4 in your Excel. If you do that, it's going to absolute reference only this part that I want to absolute reference. So you can say I'm going to do the same thing now. Function plus F4. Can you see? It's locked it in $sign. Can you see that $sign there? So that $sign means that it's not going to move again. $sign doesn't make it move. Also, that $sign is absolute, which means I've locked both row and I've locked column. If you look at now, I've locked J in dollar, I've locked 1 in dollar. Now, J, where is J? This is J, right? This is J, which means it will not move to K again, right? It will not move to the next what? The next column, right? Then also I've also locked 1, which means from 1, it will only remain in 1. It will not move from 1. This is 1, no, this is cell 1. Can you see it? Cell 1, cell 2, cell 3, which means it will just remain in cell 1 and should not go to cell 2, cell 3, cell 4, right? That's why I've locked both of them. So imagine if, so with doing this, if I hit enter and I'll double click down, you can see it's referencing that place. Can you see it now? Can you see it? However, if you notice this one on the right here, it is this one on the left. You can see this one is moving because I did not want them to remain static. If I had locked this up there, when I did this, if I had locked this in F4 also, then my formula will be wrong because it will be referencing only the first cell and the first. Can you see? I'll get the same 697. Can you see it? I'm getting only 697 because I've locked it there. If I come down here, the same thing. Can you see? Because I've locked it. I said don't move from there. I can start to also lock it that in a way that I'll lock it, but it will still move, but it will not move. Now let me show you what I'm saying now. Now, if you look at this is D. This is D, right? I've locked D. I can have to lock D and not lock 2, which means it will move from 2, 3, 4, 5. But however, it will not move from D to E. That's exactly what I want. So I'm going to now remove this lock in 2. I'll only lock D. You can see I've locked only D, but I didn't lock 2. Not locking 2 means that it will move from 2, 3, 4, 5. Can you see? But it will not move from D to E. It will move to D to E to F to G. So this is exactly what I want here. If I hit enter and I double click down, it will give me correct figure. Can you see? Give me correct figure. Can you see it moved? Because I've locked only D. Can you see? I locked D. It should be in only D. But however, 3 should not be locked because I want it to move from 3, 4, 5, 6. If you are clear what I'm doing, give me a thumbs up, please. If you are clear, or I can repeat it.
Sorry, the function plus F4 key. How do you make use of it?
Okay, you go down. You put your cursor by the side of where you want. So let's say, for example, I'm going to come back at it again. Equals this multiplied by this. You know, my cursor is here. All you do is hold down function. You hold down function and press F4 together. Something you press together. Function F4. But function must be pressed first before F4. However, in some laptops.
My question is, where's the function?
Oh, I see what you mean.
Because over time, what I just do is to put the $sign manually.
Oh,
so
there's something in Excel called FN. Can you see it on your mouse, on your keyboard? Can you see FN in your keyboard?
So function keyboard. I can. Okay, yes, I've seen it.
So do it now. Press FN and F4 together.
Okay.
When you do a referencing, yeah, exactly. So you can say I've referenced only D. So assuming I want it to move from, assuming I want D to move, and I don't want what's it called? 3 to move, I'll have just done dollar. I'll have just referenced the F4 and then just ignore the D. So it means if I go to the side, it will be moving to E, F, G, H. But however, can you see it now? However, this my 3 will not move, which is where's the 3? This my 3 will not move, right? Even if I come down, it will not move. It will remain on that 3. Can you see I'm getting 17.1? You can see it's referencing 3 back because I've decided not to make 3 move. But if I decide to make 3 move like this, it will be changing the figures to eventually give me nothing at the end of the day. So eventually give me nothing at the end of the day. So if I go that way, can you see? Then if I come down, it will give me nothing at the end of the day. Or it's giving me figures because yes, it's moving. It's moving one by one down. So do you get the logic behind what I've done? Did you all get the logic behind that formula?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so function F4. So I forgot to tell you again. Can you see I'm pressing it more than once? So if I first press it to give me both column and the row, it will lock it. I'll keep pressing it. I press it again, it's giving me 2. It's locked 2 for open D. I press again, it's locked D, open 2. Can you see? I have to choose the one I want. What I want is for it to give me D locked for 2 open. So I'm going to stop there. But however, for this J1, I want both column and both J and 1. I want them to be locked because my bonus is on that figure. I don't want my bonus to move. So I have to lock it and then double click down. And I've got my bonus for every of my staff I want to give bonus to. So now the new salary, what will the new salary be? The new salary will be what? Sandra, give me the formula for the new salary, please. Formula for new salary.
Okay, sorry. You said formula for the new salary,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
That will be the salary plus bonus.
So how do I get it?
That's equals to sum open bracket the first, both.
That is alternatively I can do it this way. Don't forget I taught you a function called alt plus.
Yes, alt plus. You can also use alt
So alt plus I speak more than the range, so I just have to drag it back because it's same figure. It's picking up to all the figures. Can you say it's still the same thing as sum? I can also do something like I can equally do this plus this. Do you get? And I get my answer. So basically I've got my answer. So also I want to give a shortcut rather than you doing bonus and this. Imagine you have just one sheet to do all of this. I don't want to do this and this. I don't want to do this and this. I want to just put them all in one sheet, right? So I want to just put them all in one sheet. What do I do? There's a formula. Can I just do equals? Just use a mathematics formula. Equals this D2, right? Plus bracket D2. Then I'll now say multiplied by what? By this. Then don't forget you have to log them in your $sign. Bring it back here. Function F4, F4, F4 to get my $sign correctly logged. Then close my brackets. Do you know what I've done here? I've said D2 times this, which is this times this, will give me the bonus I got there, right? Then I said the answer you get here, I put in bracket because I'm following BODMAS rule. Bracket of division multiplication. So when you're doing BODMAS, division will come before multiplication. So now multiplication is what I have here before addition. So if I go and put it here, it's going to be doing misbehaving. So I have to put in brackets closing. So then I did this plus this, then to give me the same answer we've gotten. So if I decide to highlight these cells back, don't forget I just manipulated this cell, and by putting this thing, I'm just going to go back to black. Can you see it? I've got the same figure as my final figure, and I'm wasting my time. Can you see it? So I move on to the next thing.
So it's not showing. Raise it up. Moving forward is up ahead. Better.
Yeah. So I'm going to take a break for 5 minutes. We'll be back by 10 minutes past 8. We have to then start lookups. I'm going to do lookup, VLOOKUP, HLOOKUP, X lookup, index match. Please, yeah, you have to watch this video because it's going to be crazy. when I go into index match is going to turn your eyes, please. So you have to just bear with me because I have to be moving fast. Thank you very much.
Okay, all right.
So we'll be back in 5 minutes time. 5 minutes. All right.